Greetings to you out there and here and everywhere. I'm your host, Majesty, and this is another session of Majesty's Music Lesson. Hope you're feeling airy and everything is evolving in a positive manner. Well, here we are, another Sunday in Guyana, and life goes on. History continues, and we have to ensure that we don't miss it. Because as Marcus Garvey says, history is the landmark by which we are directed into the true course of life. And it's the first thing he spoke of in the Philosophy and Opinions of Marcus Garvey. Now, today is another day in history, and as usual, by the time I have this program after 2 weeks, lots of things, lots of history has happened. It's unfortunate that the history that African people are dealing with is a distorted history. And this is why words are the top. And do you understand the words that you are hearing to know in comparison to history if they are true or false, not true? Because everyone knows that there is evil in the world. And this is the problem of African people's lack of knowledge of history, where they do not really know the level of evil that brought them to this position that they are in today all over the world. Don't let anyone stuck you in Guyana. Right? Guyana is not the world. So when people in Guyana speak as if they are the final word, they're being real stupid. The rest of the world will make a decision, even if you make the wrong one. And even if most of the world, 99% of the world goes in the wrong direction, there will be a 1% who will not. So, that is why I don't promote majority as a principle of intellect. Because the majority has been wrong on many occasions and will continue to be wrong. And if you follow the majority, you will go to hell. Remember what happened with Lot. When he wanted to save the people in Sodom and Gomorrah, when the Almighty wanted to destroy the city. The Almighty said, if you can find 50, couldn't find 50, you won't destroy it. 40, 30, 20, 10, 5. In the end, it's only Lot and his family. And then Lot's wife did not obey. She took one last look. It's just an example of how few and don't follow the majority. majority is not a science of intellect. It's a science of choosing leaders today instituted by the European. And most of the leaders are wrong. The PPP was the last majority. The people today that ain't saying that because they was the majority, they was doing right. And there are people who saying not because they in the majority mean they're doing right either. So I prove my point instantaneously, because wisdom is instant. That's why wisdom is found in the simplest places. The simplest. Not simple places, not simpler, simplest. So just like that, it's already proven. Majority is not a science of intellect. Eventually, the people who had majority get thrown out the next time. Because the majority then make them do right. It doesn't make you right. So, what makes you right is principle. Principle. You know, principle is the foundation of truth. And that's why I come on television and I speak boldly. Because I always make sure I find out the principle of something. Like the principle of who did the wrong. You know, for example, whether reparations should be paid. It's simple. I wouldn't have to write this and write that and write everything. I just come with a picture, which speaks 1,000 words. See this here? This is the picture of Africa under the control of the Europeans. You know? That's it. And it's color-coded. You have purple, where the French control actually the whole of West Africa. Libya, the Italians control that, and parts of Somalia and Eritrea. The brown is the British. The off green, or the darkish green in the middle, that's the Congo, that's Belgium. The bright green is Portugal. The pink is Germany. 4 different areas they control. The off yellow, that's Spain. You know, Spain did most of the capturing down in South America and Central America. And even the Philippines in Asia. But why reparations should be paid? I just got to show you this map. That's all. The principle. So everything is principle. That's why this is a portrait of Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana. And he says, time we correct bloody system we inherited. The principle of the reality of history is overwhelming. It's not majority, you know, it's overwhelming. And I will read what principle mean. Operator, you could give me a focus on the board. Let me see if they can read it. Well, let me read it in the meantime. Operator maybe get caught up with something else. Principle. A basic truth, law, force, etc., on which others can be founded. The principle of self-government. An essential character or quality of something. a fundamental origin or cause of something. Moral standards or rules of conduct, especially superior standards or rules. A man of principle. In natural phenomena, an established law or mode of action, the principle of gravity, the essential mode of operation of something, the principle of a digital computer. That is like the principle of plants that grow on the earth. That has nothing to do with anyone. They were all here before man was created. The earth was created first, so man could be put in a garden. So this is why the word unprincipled comes in. When people don't have principle or they're not dealing with principle. For example, the Europeans, when you look at that map, you know when Gordon Brown of England goes down to Jamaica and said they won't be paying reparations, he's an unprincipled lowlife. Because this is what an unprincipled person is. Because they say here, principle, moral, that's the fourth point that they make about it. Moral standards or rules of conduct, especially superior standards or rules. A man of principle. So Mr. Gordon Brown is now a man of principle. And this is the way Europeans operated, right? And still operate on principle. And we now have been accepting unprincipled behavior. So we become unprincipled people. People living under unprincipality. Because the word principality has a meaning. Principality means the office or dignity of a prince. A territory ruled by a prince or one that gives title to a prince. So you call it a principality, right? Principled, having principles, especially moral principles. So we allow these immoral people, these unprincipled people, to come and tell us nonsense. From the time I know you're unprincipled, why would I let you be over me in any form? So when people are unprincipled with me, that is why I speak the way I do. And when Gordon Brown goes down to Jamaica and says that, he's talking to me. Because my ancestors are part of that. So, African people, if they want to continue to live under unprincipled people, well, that means they love being under Lucifer. Because Lucifer is an unprincipled man. That's why he was kicked down. Because he knows who created the earth, but he wants to be higher. So, it's the same problem I have with ones who don't regard the ancestors, who worked, sacrificed, died, sweat, and labor for us to have what we have today. And that's how I get a problem with people, because I, in principle, look to my principal ancestors, who I will tell you right away, is they have me standing here. And I call them the Black Army. And those who sacrifice today are continuing the Black Army. And that's what I deal with. That's why I am here, representing the Black Army. And as I'm speaking on principle, well, you know, That's why they call the headmaster of a school the principal, the head. You know? Principal is like the rightful head. And because he has the qualities of a principal, he will keep things in order. Now, one thing I didn't remember to speak on, as I remember right now, when we were having the march, we did take some, and when we reviewed the march, I did not remember to mention it in the flow of the conversation. We did take signatures, be it a little late in the proceedings, because we didn't take it even when we reached at the Square of the Revolution for the rally. In the beginning, we were trying to get things together to have the rally with live microphone. So by the time we realized that, well, that's not going to happen, that was like another hour or so, because we were waiting for something else to come, you know, and stuff and all of that. And a lot of people went away who had other things to do because they already came from Buxton to Georgetown and, you know, etc., etc. And we didn't start right away. It's not till after being there almost an hour and a half when we finally started taking names. And we took about, I think about 200 names or 200 something names, people's signatures that people signed, right, supporting the decriminalization, right? So like another 200 at least went away, you know, because we started really late to take signatures. So I just want to add that because I did not get to mention it. And we will continue to take signatures. But we have a lot of poor standards in Guyana. This is the only ledger I could find for us. It is thin, not even a full half-inch. I expected like an inch ledger I was looking for, but it's all that they had around. I went several places. And it's already, just from opening it, it's already tearing at the back. I don't know. And I paid nearly $1,000 for it, I think. 800 and something or 900 and something. Well, that's the Guyana we got to deal with. Now, in dealing with principle, now I have to talk about Rastafari. And the reason I want to deal with what is Rastafari, because right now, the Social Cohesion Ministry under the Ministry of Culture is having sensitization meetings with the religious community, and the Rastafari community is one such community. But as I know and can see, that many ones do not know really what is Rastafari. Even many ones in Rastafari. And even when I came home, since the beginning, some people were a little upset when I said it. Well, people are always upset with the truth, because the truth is an offense. But only who have the who the cap fit will wear it. If the cap don't fit you, why are you putting it on? And as Bob Marley said, I throw my car and I call no foul. You pick it up already. Now, so I have to clarify that, because even before, when I used to be on another television station in my first advent, between 2003 to 2007, people had asked me, you know, about if I am Rasta and all of that. So because of these meetings with the Social Cohesion Ministry, I chose tonight to explain to the ministry. I hope officials from the ministry are watching. What is Rastafari? As I know it from the beginning that I came on Rastafari, since in the 70s. Now, that is the beginning of Rastafari, the earliest days of Rastafari in Guyana. And it's because lots of things came in after, lots of versions, till we are at a point that people don't realize they're bringing in their own version into Rastafari. First of all, let me clear it that Rastafari is not an individual order. No individual can come and see what he say is Rastafari. He got to see what he come and meet and listen to others say what was there before he came. It's just like the history today when the European telling you are the Arabs in Egypt would pretend as if they are the people from there. Or even the Europeans in South Africa. But they are not the original people from there. But they call themselves Afrikaners. The people in Egypt today call themselves Egyptian. But if you look in the dictionary and you look up the word Coptic, you will see ancient Egyptian. When you look up Hamitic, that's what you see, ancient. And when you talk about the Hamitic language, you talk about ancient Egyptian, extinct Libyan. They don't even speak that kind of Libyan language today because all that area was the land of Kush, stretching from Somalia right through to Libya. So, history again tells what went on before you were there. So, the understanding of Rastafari when I came, and I want to say Bob Marley came and meet Rasta. I came and meet Rasta. So people who come today after me, after Bob Marley, after me, can't come with their version because that's not Rasta. The original. And there's a principle talk about here, where principle says a fundamental origin or cause of something, right? Moral standard or rules of conduct, superior standards or rules, right? The principle of Rastafari, first of all, is defending the African nation, the nation of Israel, and the righteous people of the world, wherever they may be. Defending the African nation, who have to defend, or whose job is to defend righteousness on the earth. Nobody else in claiming that is their job, or at least in doing it as their job. The Ethiopian nation is the most religious nation. And if you go to Ethiopia, you would see what I mean. And the African nation is the most religious nation in the face of the earth. We were Christians long before the Europeans. If you read the Bible, you can see Ethiopians from the beginning. So, I come again to the distortion of history which has happened to African people. So, it even come into Rastafari. So, the Ministry of Cohesion and People Ministry need to know the seriousness of what Rastafari really is. It ain't about getting things from the government, anything like that. Rastafari is an army. The Almighty's army to defend the black nation and defend righteousness. Continuing after the PANAF movement, of which Garvey, Malcolm Garvey was part, which forward to the coming of His Imperial Majesty, when the Garveyites started up the Rasta movement, after they saw His Imperial Majesty being crowned as the King of Kings, Lord of Lords, conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah in front of the whole wide world. And it was the Europeans who came right there to Ethiopia at the coronation, representing the kings of Europe, including the King of England, King George V. So, the Prince of Rastafari are soldiers who come to defend the black nation. Not to make money, Rastafari burn money. As you see here, history is the foundation. Slavery was black people last 500 years of life. So that is the history. So the next thing after this history got to be this history, freedom. And really it's free. Don't worry with the dumb part. Free like the bird in the tree, which is the way it was in the beginning. And so shall it be in the end, regardless of who try otherwise. That's why, how the Father make the earth, the wicked will kill the righteous, and then the wicked will die. And new wicked got to come, because new righteous coming too. So, it is happy when the wicked man dies after he done all the wickedness, trying to destroy other human beings. So, the principle of Rastafari is good over evil. What individual people who come into Rastafari do, if it is not principle, it is not of Rastafari. That is the individual. But what Rastafari as followers of the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords come to do is defend what he defended until, and this is what he defended, until the philosophy, well, he says, what life has taught me, I would like to share with those who want to learn. Who want to learn. If you don't want to learn, you don't have to learn. No problem. Truth is an offense. You don't have time with people. You don't care who offended. That's why I speak the way I speak. Because I was sent to tell you the truth, whether it's offensive or not. So, this is what he defended. What life has taught me, I would like to share with those who want to learn. Until the philosophy which holds one race superior and another inferior until they no longer first class and second class citizens of any nation, including Guyana, which is why the salary scale has to change from a man who is some CEO of the public service, the Public Utilities Commission or something. I forgot to get that paper. Getting 950,000, minimum wage is like 55 to 60,000. He getting like 18 times more than the other man. That is how you create first class, second class citizens. We following the Europeans. It is totally and absolutely ridiculous. My ancestors fought with this country. The other man, and I tell you, all the people in the ghetto, the ancestors don't fight with this country. How you could look at them like that? How? When it's the white man cause ghettos. That's why Bonham gave them all free education from North University, free hospitalization, land to detail everything. That's why they got Steve Joe housing scheme. Gotta go live in good house like everybody else. If you are a principled person. That's why people could talk all over Bonham. When I look with my eyes, without bias, not coming from no side, but looking at us, as a Rasta I do though. I see. You could talk about how Bonham actions are. But when I see we do, you defend the poor and the oppressed 100%. Which is what the prophecy of Isaiah said. The royal line of David shall be cut off, chopped down like a tree, but from the stump shall grow a shoot, a new branch from the old root, and the Spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him, Spirit of wisdom, counsel, and might. He shall not judge by appearance. Oh, the wind will be clothed with fairness and truth. He shall not judge by appearance, but shall defend the poor and oppressed. For the wind will be clothed with, right? With fairness and truth, right? I also talk about counsel and mightiness and all of that. And this is how we cite Selassie as that child that was born, right? Yeah, who the Spirit of the Lord rest upon. And you shall not judge by appearance. That's why he come and tell you, until they are no longer first class and second class citizens of any nation, until the color of a man's skin is of no more significance than the color of his eyes, until the basic human rights that God gave are equally guaranteed to all, to eat and to live and be healthy and free, like the bird in the tree. God make the bird in the tree, you know, free. So, all the things that the Europeans do contrary to that are unprincipled. And this is what he taught us to do, and keep trying to institute his form of unprincipled government on people and unprincipled actions. Taxing people, the poor guy pays 16% VAT. He brought it here. Politicians go along with it because they get big money in their pocket. That's how the PPP get rich. So when they saying that Jaggi was a genius, genius would never got to bring. Bonham was a genius. Because he bring 16% VAT. And he had price control, rent control, and currency control. So he never get more money. But yet he built 5-6 banks, including the Bank of Guyana. So the science of Bonham is way beyond the comprehension of mere mortals. As he would say, mere mortals. So he come to defend the poor and the oppressed like Isaiah, the prophet of old, has spoken in Isaiah. So these are the principles of Rastafari. Not money, not oil, Not oil money, because the father make all of that. Gold, white man they make gold. He make oil, he make diamond. But he got the most diamond. He grabbing it all over. He got the most gold, he grabbing it all over. That's why they kill Gaddafi. Unprincipled. Will the truth be told? There's supposed to be headlines all over the world when Gaddafi get killed. But you don't hear a peep. No. That's why we don't have a black army. What do you think happened with we? That's why I don't deal with Guyana army. I deal with the black army. Because we belong to the black army. Not just the Guyana army, the black army. That's why we used to be sending 50,000 to the freedom fighters in South Africa so South Africa be free. And that's why Bonham was guest at Zimbabwe celebrations. And also was Bob Marley. So, that's how Bonham knew he is Rasta, because Rasta does. You know what Bob Marley sing? Na teacher detina Zimbabwe, na tetopina Zimbabwe, ayana liberate. That's what the freedom fighters used to singing when they're going into battle. Bob Marley. That's why they bring it there at the Zimbabwe independence celebrations. Black people got to emancipate themselves from mental slavery and stop talking nonsense in regards to black history. Because they only got one black history and they only got one black future. Chronics come telling you and tell them, Rastafari is the future. You can't see it up to now. So what we going to be? Tell me what we going to be. Defenders of the black nation or not? Because those was Rasta. Rasta and all them things, you know what the weed smoking and all them things we're talking about? Is defending the black nation. Is what Rasta is all about. That's why I tell people, it ain't about marijuana. It's about being free like the bird in the tree, like the beginning of creation. Which is the principle of the Almighty, making man free and giving them dominion. That's why I don't got time with the unprincipled so-called laws of the white man, because laws are not God. The devil made laws. Nebuchadnezzar make law. Hitler make law. Mussolini make law. Who else make law? The British make most of the laws of today. And I supposed to obey it. Nebuchadnezzar said the children of Israel must bow down to the golden idol. There was a law. I see everybody, you know. Then nobody could hide from me, you know. And I just noticed one thing. Are you principled or unprincipled? Because it's a mathematical order. And there's the foundation of reality. Principle. So, when a school got a good principal, the school is be hard. That's why in the time that I went in Queen's College, there was a principal named Mr. Dudnat Hetram. When it's time to retire, reach at 60, the people who wanted, the whole school want to write up a petition because they didn't want he left. He used to drink a little soup what at home. And I talk about, you know the drinking business who we come up in to the white man. Yeah, but he was a principled man all the way. So respect was due by everyone. He was not an oppressor. He was not a fight down man. He was a man, is a lift up man. And those who are human beings come on the earth for to lift up high, not to push down. So there's the reality of Rastafari. It is the black army. But Marlin sing about ganja all the time. He had tune, he sing about ganja. Excuse me while I light my spliff. Oh God, I got to take a lift. From reality, I just can't drift. That's why I'm staying with this riff. Take it easy. Black people gotta take it easy. All the oil contract and everything, we supposed to take it easy. That's why I like how born move. We never fight over sell out with Kimbo, we never fight over sell up nothing. Because the gift of the Almighty is life. Now people fight over that, next thing you know, they'll spill. The whole coast destroy. The whole fishing industry there will be no more. I got fish somewhere else, not out there. So, it's got to move with the guidance of the Almighty, and that's why it's got taking it easy, easy skanking. Now, Rastafari's principle, and this is the principle of life, right? Move with the guidance of the Almighty alone. So, Rastafari is an army like King David. And if people, I don't know how people read the Bible. The white man brainwashing so much, is make them only see certain things. Numbers 1. And the Lord, who? The Lord spake unto Moses in the first day of the second month, in the second year, after they had come out of Egypt into the wilderness, saying, take ye, this we tell Moses, take ye the sum of all the children of Israel, and gather them, and number them, as all the men from 20 years up, the age of going to war, as in armies, or as when going to war. And put a man from each household, this he mean, each tribe, over them, and he called the name of the man, and gather them and number them. This is what the Almighty tell me, as in armies, as when going to war. Israel used to fight war, because you got to defend against the wicked. And this is what we're supposed to teach the youth from center small, that to come to defend. Not to go and rob people, to defend. But if you don't teach them nothing, and you follow the white man system, I burn the white man system out, totally and absolutely. Totally and absolutely. Because when I check, they got no white man got more sense more than me. And I stay you bringing, because he tell you sheer nonsense. Majority is not science of intellect. We never chose leaders through majority. We chose leaders through quality. Well, I had to deal with that subject, the subject of what is Rastafari. No individual can come with a version. Rastafari was before I come, and that is what it was all about. And for people who don't know what Rastafari have done for this country, and for all over, vegetarianism came into this country through Rastafari. Dealing with culture and strengthening African people, which is the Black Power movement, came in. And one last thing, let me show you quick, because my time is done. I've been asked to wrap up. And I want to show you there is a Black man army, because we don't know our ancestors. And we keep getting caught up with other people teaching us things that are not real, you know. So I want you to see this picture for those who never saw it, right? Operator, you could give me some focus quick. Right. See that portrait? You recognize the people? Well, that is young Burnham and young Farrakhan. Young. That's how long we were part of the Black Power movement, since I was a little boy. And it shows you we have a Black army. They got pictures with Samora Machel and Burnham, Mugabe, all these people. So I just want you to know there is a black army. The black army never died. It will never die. So Farrakhan up in America, now that some of y'all go there, we have to defend them black people, because black people still being killed. All the people who their children get killed, just go to Farrakhan. And he show them to the rest of the country and the nation. Anyway, my time has come to an end. I will see you in the next 2 weeks. Well, you know you have 420 coming up, which is April the 20th, which is the World Hemp Day. And it's about freedom. It ain't about marijuana. Marijuana is nothing. Marijuana just like cigarette if you want to call it though. And alcohol if you want to call it though. It's nothing. So that is the World Hemp Day is 20th of April. So look out for that. And we're trying to have a bigger rally because it's not a Rasta march. It's a general gathering, right? And look in the internet, you can see the World Ganja Day that's happening all over the world and previous ones. Well, thanks to Safe TV. Thanks to Brother Dominique. I'll see you in the next 2 weeks. And remember, the government is trying with social cohesion, and we have to love everyone, including ourselves and our nation first. So you have to free the people of your nation and educate the ones so that they won't be bandits. As soldiers come to defend the nation, and they'll know the difference. We got to get rid of this garbage and stop throwing garbage about the place black people. See you in the next 2 weeks. Safe TV going to give me some more time. See you in the next 2 weeks. All right. You didn't put on the clock? Come and look and see it ain't on. So I didn't even know where it was.
Kevin,
Yeah.
I want to talk to you on the spot.
Hmm?
Kevin.
Greetings, Kevin. Yeah, good evening. Yeah, just tendo. In the week, I will take you the rest. I did a 15 tonight, right? Yeah, this guy late with me again. But, yeah, in this week, I'll bring it up. I got 10 right now. Yeah. All right, good. Uh-huh. All right.
Hey.
Yeah. How many gone? You have to put on the time on
Yeah, but it's 48 minutes, you understand? Because when I recognize the side of the rocket, when it was 45.
You see, you see what's going on there, tall, you know?
It was 48
Yeah,
minutes.
so I left stuck. That's all. Clear for direction of being going in.